Hi everyone, it's Kim. I finished my second journal and this is it. Yes, this tiny little mini I made. I call her Mini Pearl. Anyway, I made it. I couldn't figure out how to do the cover at first because this was one of the biggest scraps I had. I had two of them. And so I just decided to decorate the spine a little bit. It stopped right about here, and I put a little extra piece across here that I used some scissors to cut with, and I decorated it and put the little journal book plate on it. And I like the way I did. I just decorate the spine a little bit. I put a little tie closure, and I didn't realize how hard it was going to be for me to tie it with my bad hands. So I'm not going to do that on camera. It takes me a minute. But anyway, let's take a look inside. The first page, of course, I put a little mini library card in here. And I showed this page before on one of my other ones. It's just some offcuts. And I just made like a little pinwheel, homemade bling dot. My little tag that says, "Laughter is contagious." I think this, I wanted the mini to be kind of cute and make people smile. And just some more offcuts, some little hearts that I found. Just some extra little strips to decorate. Just, trying to make it look kind of like a big book, but, it was both hard and easy at the same time. It decorated faster, but trying to figure out how to decorate tiny pages. This is a tiny little cutout from the back of a package that sold some of these little like chipboard pieces. And I just went and cut out a couple little ones that were actually large size chipboards. And I have a little envelope here. It says "Smile." And it actually closes with my butterfly wing. Like I said, I have a little trouble with my hands getting them to go sometimes. Today's a bad day for my arthritis, so. And this is a little tag that I actually use the dental floss as the little like ribbon up at the top that I use to sew these together. And just a little tuck with the hearts. I had punched out some hearts before, and I just kept that little slip of paper and I put another piece behind it, and it made it really cute. Some homemade stamps, and I used the grocery sale paper, and I cut out little numbers to give I guess what it would cost you to buy the stamp, and made those. And this is a homemade stamp that I made that makes the cancellation marks. And then, of course, we have our bird who's singing for bird song. Some little dangles from that little heart punch that I have. And there's a little tab here with a reveal. And if you saw the other one, I added a butterfly to it because it was just kind of plain. So I added a butterfly to that fussy cut rose. On this page, I have another tag with a tiny little strip of paper. And I used a hole punch. I have a big hole punch and a tiny one, and that works perfect to make the little, reinforcer hole there. This was the way the envelope was made. It had a little thumb hole when I got it, so I just folded it up into a pocket, and I thought that worked pretty good. This is a tea bag tag. Say that fast a couple of times. And I covered it with book paper first from a music book, and it says Harmony under there. And I had a little scrap of napkin that I covered the top with. The back is another piece of that music book. It says "You Will Then Play" with the little bird on it, and those tiny little stars are the smallest pieces I keep. I don't know if you could see those very well. Let's see. It'll focus on that. Those tiny little stars come out of a hole punch. There you go. A corner punch that has these little tiny stars in it. I can't keep anything smaller than that. Just can't even find them if I do. So that just goes in this little tuck right here. Again, if you want to make something a little bit shiny, this is aluminum foil that I use Sharpie marker, and I colored it. And then you use the hole punch, and you get something a little bit shiny in your book. And speaking of shiny, this is, I discovered this the other day. Just regular you know, cardstock or paper, and I colored it with clear nail polish, and I cut it out, and now I have more bling. And as somebody said on one of my other posts, that, you know, if you mail cards out, it's a way to make flat bling without having to add bulk to it. So I have a little bit of paper left from a swap I'm in this month where we make envelopes out of craft paper, and I thought, well, it makes a perfect little kind of like grocery sack. And of course with the bag you got to have something to tuck inside, so I made a little tuck. And dandelions, I love dandelions. I love to see a field of dandelions in the spring. It just makes me happy, so I added them to my book. And this was a leftover from when I made the hidden paper clips that won't snag. And I do have another video about that, so I just stuck it in there. It happened to be the right size. These were actual offcuts that were actually that size. I just kind of piled them together, and I just snipped the little ends to make them fancy. But they were actually that length, and I just thought that was a cute decoration. And because it's supposed to be a mini book, I actually made a miniature page where if somebody, you know, were to actually have a book, a large book, you might have a little journal spot or place to put a photo or something like that. And again, just this was actually a little piece I had cut off, and one of the little heart punches, and this was an actual size I found in my box. I just stuck it down, and I thought it worked perfect on this page. And, well, I'll show you this page first. This is my dog. Her name is Ziva. One of them. I have 3 right now. And me. And we were at a dog show. And when she won that day, and they let us go in a photo booth and take pictures of all the winners. So this is her best of breed ribbon for the day. And over here, I got kind of goofy in this book. It's started to turn about my birds. And this is in honor of my ducks. I have ducks. They are so cute. Ducks are funny. They're messy as heck, but they're funny. On a little, you know, belly band here. That's washi tape down the middle with a little piece of cardstock behind it. And then I found this little cute duck in my pile of stuff and stuck them on here. It was actually rounded corners. It was just like that. I don't know why I had them like that, but I just thought it worked out perfect. So I stuck him in there for my ducks. Because on this page, that feather up there, that is one of my turkey feathers. That comes from Bob. Bob the Tom. Yes, I know my grandkids named him. They named him Bob. And so I put my turkeys in here, because now I have my ducks. Now I have my turkeys. And I used one of Bob's feathers as a decoration. The flower was just heart punches that I figured I could put together in the middle. And then the leaves are actually a heart punch too. And you just stick them in the other way and you have a cute little flower decoration. I thought that was a, you know, I don't know. I haven't done it before, so I thought it turned out cute. Another little homemade stamp. Oh, can't get them out. My hands aren't working very good today with my arthritis. Got to go see the doctor today. Figure out what we're going to do about my arthritis here. And this is, I had a turkey, one of my little chickens. So now I had my ducks, my turkeys, and this feather was from Lucy. I had Lucy and Ethel. They're little silkies, and they are goofy and funny, and they chatter, and they're just cute as heck. Well, unfortunately, Lucy broke her leg this year in the summer, and we had to humanely put her down because she was suffering. She couldn't walk at all, and, you know, she would be injured by the other birds or killed by another animal. So we had to, unfortunately, put her to sleep. But I will ever keep one of her little feathers now in my book. And that's just another little goofy bird page. As I said, it started to turn into a bird journal all of a sudden. And just some cute little offcuts that was in a advertisement for dog food, I think. I like the ampersand. I don't know why. I just think it's a funny symbol. And some more dangles in the center of this signature. And if you haven't seen my other videos, all the papers were an envelope, the inside of an envelope. And I thought they looked kind of like designer paper, so I just glued them together and made the pages, the background pages first. And just a rose that I had already fussy cut, and that. And then one of my favorite things is this little wiener dog on a bread tab. It just was in an art magazine. It was a picture just like that. And when I found this bread tab, I just thought it was the cutest thing to put this little wiener dog up on top. So there's my wiener dog. On the opposite is the same artist drew this horse here. And I'm having a new granddaughter this year, so I made her a little princess dress to live in my journal in honor of my new granddaughter. That's just origami I saw on, I don't know, somebody's YouTube channel, and I thought, what a perfect way. It was the last page I put in my book, my new little princess. This is just like we would in a big journal. We do a flip out. I put another stamp under there, but I also put this paper. This is how it came, and it looks like somebody's already journaled on this page. Okay, I know, I'm kind of weird, but I thought it was kind of cute. That just came out of a quilting magazine, a picture that I cut out. And then we have another bird. I told you it turned into a bird book. That's the owl that was living in my barn that raised a couple babies there, and they flew off after the babies were big enough. So luckily I didn't have to worry about them getting all my chickens, because, you know, they're going to get my chickens. But they come out at night mostly, and my chickens are locked up at night. So I didn't have to worry about the owl eating my chickens. And just another little tuck in here. I was playing with the grandkids, and I decorated this side, and they wanted to decorate. So I let them do the other side, and they just started putting a bunch of little strips on there. And so I said, it's not messy, it's art. I have a stamp that Patricia sent me. Thank you again, Patricia. And I used your little stamp to make that. Then I have an altered paper clip that I just had a couple tiny little offcuts, and I found in my stuff this octopus. So of course I had to use them because I got weird. And I made a little underwater scene with a fussy cut fish. And I drew some seagulls up in the sky. There's the ocean floor. So I have that's a giant fish, isn't it, in that ocean. And then my little octopus dangle. It was off of a broken charm bracelet. And then the last page, this is the opposite side of that paper clip. I just added a heart. Of course, life is sweet. One of my little paisleys I had left over. And then I said, questions? No? What's it all about? Just to be happy. Okay, yeah, I'm weird. Anyway, that's my little journal. I hope you like it. I know I do. It was really fun to make, and I hope somebody else gets inspiration to just make something fun. It was a fun little project. It went together fairly quick, and now I could display it, and I can let people look through it just to give something. You know, I hope I make people smile. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, everybody.